Well, hello internets, here we are once again. Little bit of a vlog for an idea that I thought that I would share. And yeah, welcome to our vlog, so here we go. Well, I had been editing and refining a voiceover video, or a script for a voiceover video, that I wrote in the summer of 2024. This script is for a kind of the thought process when I was working on the cargo trailer this summer. You know, my thoughts, my ideas, the construction process, and the buying material, and the weather, how I was feeling, the good days, the bad days, the rough days. And during this refining process of the script, I kind of remembered my idea and plans when I first started out the process early this spring, almost a year ago now, of wanting certain items that were bought new and with no question and no compromise, like a brand new 3000 watt pure sine power inverter. And I didn't want a cheap brand, I wanted this specific brand, like Lipo 5 or Lipo 4, whatever they're called, fancy batteries, and not the Chinese ones or whatever they sell on Amazon, or the cheaper batteries that are only like $300 each. I wanted the $1,000 a piece ones, or whatever they're at now, and I didn't want to compromise on those things. Well, after phase one of the cargo trailer build, a person kind of realizes that costs are going to cost, and things are going to quickly add up and be more pricey than what you thought they were going to be. So putting $4,000 in batteries, $600 or so in inverters times 2, plus the wiring and switches and relays and fuses, and what would it be, $5,500 by the time you're done for a simple 12 volt system. You know, don't forget the battery charger, and you know, whatever happens when you go for solar, right? And I've been online the last month or so, and I don't know if people are starting to feel the pinch financially wise, and they're selling some of the items that they've been hanging on to, or because of the sales that were on around Christmas, these people have upgraded some of their power inverters that are 1,000 watt or 1,500 watt or 2,000 watt, and got the 3,000 or 6,000 watt ones. So now they're selling their backups. So some of these inverters are popping up for like $50 or $75 a piece. And given my power needs for probably the next year, maybe even 2 years, I'm sure a 1,500 watt converter would probably do quite well to charge the cell phone or run a lamp or a fan. Things like that. You know, obviously you wouldn't run an air conditioner off one. Obviously you wouldn't try to run like a coffee maker or a toaster oven off of one, which is not my plan even anyways. But this would be a good budget friendly way to compromise for a couple of seasons. And you never know, if you're lucky at the other end, you might be able to sell it for $40-50 and recoup some of the money that you put out after getting all the use. The batteries that I wanted were quite pricey, and they probably will be the batteries I end up with in 3 to 5 years. But for the next couple of years, a two-piece $600 set of batteries would probably be fairly sufficient, especially with the generator on hand. If those batteries do give you trouble or end up not holding a charge quite as strong as you need them to be, you can always charge up or run the high drain appliances off of the generator, which I plan to do most of the time anyways. So, that kind of works out, and then you can kind of focus more on, the proper fuse box, the proper switches, running proper wiring instead of using like thick gauge battery cables and stuff like that, like some people had suggested to do. And I know in the perfect world a guy could just take the trailer somewhere and hand them a blank check and say, hey, call me in 3 months when it's done for pickup. But this is far from the perfect world, and we all have budgets to stay within and timelines to work under. And I think if a person prioritizes their purchases, like, there's no point in me buying an expensive 12-volt fridge without a sufficient power source or power system to run said fridge. So a simple roto-molded Woods or maybe even Yeti cooler with every second or third day top up of ice would probably be quite efficient for the first 2 seasons. Then by then you maybe should have a fairly established power system, maybe haven't upgraded the batteries to 2 better batteries, which then should be able to handle the expensive $1,800 12-volt fridge. I know when it comes to projects, I know when it comes to schools of thought, everybody has their own ideas and plans. Everybody has their own opinions on what you should or shouldn't do. Some of these people have opinions based on what they think or what they've heard other people say, and some people have very strong opinions based on what they've done personally, what they've experienced, and what has worked for them. And yeah, you would like to help others out. Yeah, you would like to save others there from learning the hard way the way you did, sometimes putting 3 or 4 sets of batteries in before you actually found a dependable set that could handle the Canadian winter. But again, everybody makes their own decisions and choices, and sometimes those decisions and choices require kind of upgrading and learning the hard way. I think when it comes down to it, there really is no right or wrong way to do a project, whether it's building a car, building a shed, renovating your basement, building a van, building a cargo trailer, building a spaceship, building a house to live in out of a cardboard box, whatever project you're doing, as long as what you're doing is safe and you're not really disturbing anybody else, and you do the best job you can with the budget you have to work with. We all aren't experienced carpenters. We all aren't experienced electricians or wiring experts. We all aren't experienced at everything that we do. many of us have knowledge that we've acquired over the years that we've either put in practice in small ways, or that we feel quite confident in being able to put into practice when the time comes. And there are some of us that have never done this before, that have read books, read forums, watched videos, and that are learning as we go, that have never driven a nail or driven a screw or done finished carpentry, done wiring and stuff like that. So they are learning again as they go, asking a ton of questions, and they value the input of others, whether it's right or wrong. So it is important to give valuable information, but yet at the same time be patient with others, because they may or may not have a clue what they're doing, or even have an idea of what you just told them these things are. They have to learn and find out how it goes over time. What are your thoughts and ideas? Have you ever done a project where you had to learn the hard way, or have you ever done a project where you did research in that and got things figured out before you started going and rolling, and kind of learned as things evolved? Leave your comments below, and as always, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.